Congratulations on a terrific third place at the opening World Cup of the season. How did they go for you?
I think the competition was good. After the first two problems, it was all very well played for me, and it was pretty embarrassing actually not to do a slab, because slab is my thing, and I couldn't do a slab in the semi-final and then in the finals. I still had my chance on the fourth problem, but I didn't do it, and I messed it up a little bit as well. So, well, it could have been worse. Third place is okay, for sure. Okay start for the season.
Okay. So you started out. You first rose to fame actually as a route climber outdoors, and then also as a boulderer. And this competition is more recent, I think. How did that come about? What was the origin of the idea to try competition?
Well, I've been competing ever since. During the youth for the youth categories, and even when I was 16, I started doing the World Cups. But for me, rock climbing is definitely something that I need, something that I can't imagine living without. Competition, otherwise, is not as nice as rock climbing. If I can't really find the right word, but it's a motivating challenge. It's something that really pushes me to train super hard, which can make me a better climber outdoors as well.
I see. So that was why you placed more of a focus on competition in the last 2 years?
It's kind of a mixture. It's because I felt I needed really some much more hardcore and organized training to make further step as a rock climber. And so I used competitions as a motivation to do this hardcore training. And at the same time, I've been studying at university for the last 2 years, and if you're studying, it's pretty hard to go abroad and to work on a super hard project. So I didn't really have a time to do that.
So what was the most difficult thing to adjust from to transition from outdoors to comp climbing? What was the toughest thing?
Well, it's still about one thing to get to the top, right? But definitely, especially in bouldering, the style is just completely different. The boulders are not that hard really, but they have just very, very special style. Usually, for example, I like the slabs, but I don't like dynos very much. So for me, for sure, getting used to the dynoing and doing the dynos first go, for example, that was the biggest challenge.
I see. Last year, you achieved the amazing feat of being double world champion in both bouldering and lead. Which was not ever done. You set out to do that. How difficult was it to balance the two disciplines?
Pretty much everything that I did was training for lead, and just in the meantime, I went for Bouldering World Championships, which maybe to my own surprise I won. But at the same time, I know that in order to be in a good shape for lead, I need to have a good power for bouldering at the same time. So it's only a question of being used to climbing in this style on the comp. So, and usually just a couple of days before the actual bouldering comp is enough to get used to.
As you talked about how the style is really specific for comp climbing, it's very different. And some people have said that about comp climbing is too far, is gone too far from rock climbing. As someone who's at the top of the sport, they're both. What do you think about that?
For sure, it's true that the competition climbing is getting further and further from actual outdoor bouldering. I'm not sure if it's a good thing or bad thing. For sure, if the boulders were just hard, somebody would make it to the top and the other one wouldn't make a move. And at the same time, it's hard to decide sometimes that someone is a winner or not. Like this, it's easier because with these kind of strange dynos and finicky technical moves, the competitors can make more goes. Whereas if the boulder was really just hard, everybody would make one go and then waited another 4 minutes to make another go. Because if it's really hard, it takes everything out of you. Whereas like attempting slab, you can give it 20 tries and still feel quite fresh.
And you recently actually said that during the Dawn Walling Day is something that interests you. Is that something that you would?
It's very long-term thing in my head, but definitely I would like to go to Yosemite for sure and try the line.
How long term?
Well, I think next year I will take at least I will start getting used to the climbing in Yosemite.
Okay.
Maybe check out the project already, and then maybe come back even in 2 years or 3 years. Let's see.
Okay.
Can't really judge how difficult this maybe ridiculous plan will be, but I would like to at least give it a try one day.
Great. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time,
Welcome.
and congratulations again on your